and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Natasha Kirchuk here with ILTV's Morning Briefing. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump's campaign is hitting back at the Anti-Defamation League after the civil rights group criticized a candidate's election advertisement for using what it believed to be anti-Semitic imagery. The ad in question was released on Friday and has garnered nearly 4 million views. The 2-minute commercial features Trump's speech from West Palm Beach in mid-October, in which he speaks about those who control the levers of power in Washington and don't have the U.S.'s interest in mind. As he speaks, images of successful Jewish Americans flash by in the video, including clips of George Soros, a Jewish businessman and philanthropist, Jewish Federal Reserve Chairwoman Janet Yellen, and Lloyd Blankfein, the Jewish CEO of Goldman Sachs. The CEO of ADL claims that whether or not the images being matched with such rhetoric are intentional, the ad touches on subjects that anti-Semites have used for ages. The Trump campaign is claiming that the ADL should focus on real sources of anti-Semitism and is accusing the group of injecting itself into the partisan political fray. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has instructed his cabinet ministers to stay quiet about the upcoming presidential election. In a written directive to all cabinet ministers, Netanyahu is referring to the election as a sensitive issue that ministers should not discuss in public. Netanyahu was accused of supporting Republican candidate Mitt Romney in 2012, although there was no evidence of it. The Prime Minister has since gone out of his way to prevent any perception of interference or favoritism in the current election. Netanyahu says that he is convinced that U.S.-Israeli relations will remain strong no matter who's elected. In other campaign news, FBI Director James Comey has just announced that Hillary Clinton will not face criminal charges related to newly discovered emails from her tenure at the State Department, lifting a cloud of uncertainty that has shadowed the final days of her presidential campaign. Justice Minister Ayelet Shaked has just unveiled her list of 28 Supreme Court justice nominees, which include a legal columnist for the pro-Netanyahu Israel Hayom daily and a Christian Arab judge who convicted former President Moshe Katsav of rape. The announcement comes just as the Justice Minister and the President of the Supreme Court have resolved their differences over the appointment of justices. On Thursday, Court President Miriam Naor slammed the minister for supporting proposed legislation that would allow judges to be appointed with a regular majority of votes from the 9-person Judicial Selection Committee. Today, 7 out of the 9 committee members must approve the appointment of new judges in order to prevent judges from being appointed without the Supreme Court's approval. Now, the Justice Minister has agreed to ensure that the bill does not advance for the time being to appease Naor. It looks like it may be time for Israelis to switch their cars to electric bikes, because the Environmental Protection Ministry is warning that heavy traffic is a cause for major air pollution in Tel Aviv. The air quality near major traffic arteries in Israel's biggest city is poor and continues to deviate from the ministry's health targets. Traffic is a major cause and leads to high concentrations of nitrogen oxides and particulate matter in the Israeli air. It's these particles that can cause illness and premature death by damaging the human respiratory system and blood vessels. It turns out traffic isn't the only culprit, however. Industrial pollution from local factories in Haifa Bay and Ashdod are also behind Israel's low air quality. The good news is that the Environmental Protection Ministry is expecting a decline in traffic-related air pollution in Haifa this year because of a new program that will restrict the entry of trucks to the city center. The cabinet is now looking into a national program to reduce air pollution generated by car traffic. That's all for now. I'm Natasha Kirchuk, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.